What are the biggest trends that what the telcos doing in this field?
The green to transformation into green, including the other ICT business as well. We need to have a governance model. That is also a good opportunity for us to issue a white paper together with TMF.
What is the most innovative solution?
Huawei, we have done a net lab. ICT must contribute more for the vertical industries. We use 5G to be business to the mining industry to make it zero on the mountain. 15 people working in the downtown city. The power price is only 1/5 in the evening, so working automatically in the evening.
Hi, this is Olga Martynov. I'm a CFO and Sustainability Officer at Team Forum, and I'm pleased to be joined today by Singleton Zhou, the President, Network Consulting and Integration Services at Huawei. And the big theme of today's session is about energy consumption and the initiatives that we have to reduce the impact and drive sustainable green networks. And Singleton, when we think about the opportunities this creates, what are the biggest trends that you see at the sector in terms of addressing this issue, and what are the telcos doing in this field?
We just noticed 3 or 4 major trends which happen in the ICT industry. Okay, first of all, the industry trend first sure is the green. Okay, everybody telco want to transformation into green telco, and also including the other ICT business as well. And the second trend is the business growth, because many telcos, when they want to transformation into green, meanwhile they want sustainable business growth, like carrying their transformation, their business from 2C to the new 2H and 2B business as well. They wanted to go parallel with the green transformation. And the number 3 is the trend is the experience as well. Because we understand that in Europe, the carrier face the pressure of P3 or ocular testing. And in the other country, they have the index like NPS. They want the transformation of green will not low down their brand in terms of customer experience. And the last trend as well is the ICT enabling. A lot of operators, they want to enable the other ICT, the vertical industry, use the green or the digital transformation to help the other, for example, mining import, this heavy energy consuming industry to be green and digitalized. That is the 4 trend we're noticing, and we're also noticing, and we are very eager to know that if these 4 trends combine together, what kind of magic or chemistry transformation will happen. We're eager to see that.
Yeah, definitely. I love the way you're looking at it across different trends, understanding the challenges that happen in different regions as well, and you have a very big footprint around the globe, so working with a lot of partners and CSPs. And we all know that the issue of greenhouse gas emissions has been on the top of the agendas of CFOs and CEOs for quite some time. The data shows that the energy consumption by the sector is around 3% of the global energy consumption, and the trend is upward. Which is something that we need to do about it in terms of improving and bringing the energy efficiency. And I know that at Huawei, you are one of the leaders in terms of enabling that for the CSPs as well as the other verticals. So when we think about the opportunities this creates for you and also for your customers in terms of trying to achieve net zero, what would, in your perspective, be the most important?
Actually, that's a very good question. I think in different countries, the regulator and the social development level is different totally, and our operators or our ICT partners facing different kind of pressures. For example, in Europe, we understand the energy bill is going on, and every year OPEX is going up, and meanwhile they cannot see the future is not unpredictable. They will not know how the regulatory will put the energy bill and the price and what is the policy, and that's rank 1. And rank 2 is that for some of our ICT partner in China particularly, when you do the transformation, the CEO and the CFO, they will care about what is the business case, how can I persuade my board that our investment and ROI is true. I want to have a digital tool and a governance model. And number three, speaking of the governance model, in this green trend, now we don't have a comprehensive set of index. We have NE, SE, and these kind of things. Operationally, understand where is the benchmark and where is the position am I. So we need to have a governance model and need to set a complex index. But all these three are only the surface. Okay, if we put it deeply, that in the traditional ETOM model, which published by TMF, the green concept maybe not part of it in the last 10 years. So in the left circle management, green need to go online with the experience, with the cost. So we need to put in that. But that is also a good opportunity for us to issue a white paper together with TMF and issue a framework and issue the API platform, which we can working on for that.
I really appreciate your call for action here. Let's do it all together. Let's bring all the members together to make sure that we address the same. And I just wanted to highlight the importance, as you say, in terms of the business resilience, network resilience, and that then supports the business impact and the business case that can be justified to any CFO, and especially with the measurable success metrics that we can achieve there. And when we think in terms of innovation at Team Forum, as you know, we're all about practical solutions. We work a lot with the industry and with Huawei and running the rapid proof of concept projects like Catalyst. Huawei is participating in a lot of Catalyst this year in Copenhagen.
Thank you for your support.
Yes, and it's a collaboration across the industry. So from your perspective, what is the most innovative solution that you've seen in telco in terms of the adoption that can drive and accelerate the change towards more efficient networks, and how that links to overall digital transformation efforts?
Innovation, all has done so far is major to address the concern of, like you mentioned, the CEO and the CTO and the CFOs. Because the network which we are talking on now is a legacy network, which attracted the business from 20 years back. And meanwhile, when we do the green transformation, we need to also consider in the next 10 years. For example, we are China Mobile, we need to consider where is my competitiveness in terms of network. So the business on the network is so complex. And when we go into green transformation, when we phase out all the equipment, they will ask us that how long you need, how can you commit that there's a zero fallback, zero network accident. So in order to do this, we need to have a digital tool to sort out all the business. And meanwhile, we need to planning the new business which will be carried on. But they will ask us that, where are they? Can you give us something in AI, in AR, which I can show by myself? So that Huawei, we have done a Net Lab, we have combined 6 very major digital engine inside that. For example, the perception engine, the AIGC engine. So we will show the client, for example, we have one side that this side is a 5G site, and this side also is the carrier side for their home business, which connecting to 1,000 homes.
Wow.
Well, with the FTTR solution. Meanwhile, this side carry the solution under the 2B, a fixed line, private line, VPN for a very large enterprise. So when we approach to the client, they will ask that, if you do the green transformation, the modernization, how about my business? So we need to do the simulation for them to ensure that no service SLA will be downgraded, and we have more fixed line, and we will commit to them that we'll give you a new solution which can guide your network construction in the future. They don't want it in paper. They want to see that by their own eyes it actually happened in the AI world. And the operator, they have several parameters which they can adjust by themselves, and they can output the business case by themselves, so they can give to the CEO and the CFO, so they can make decision.
Definitely, we need to see the proof of it working, and I think we know that within the industry there are quite a lot of telcos that have ambitious commitments, I would say, towards 2030, 2050, and we really need to see how we get from commitments to execution, the actions, the concrete results. We've just been at the great lunch briefing session.
Under your leadership.
And with your brilliant introduction of the green telco networks and the project and the framework and the call for action to actually bring that standardization throughout the industry and work together with all the partners. I'm just wondering, for you, based on this type of discussions, what are the key takeaways from this session? What are the outcomes and what's next?
Actually, our role is just a telecom vendor in the world, and we are very small for the whole ICT and green business. We are very small. We were working together closely with TMF, but I think we still call all the carriers working together with the authorities to take the responsibility and action from now. You know, the best time to plant a tree is 10 years back.
Right.
The best time to grow a man is 20 years back. Right? So why not we action from now? Because now it's 2023, okay? To 2050, we have another maybe 27 years to go. If we don't action from now, it's too late. So we ask and we urge that operators can action now based on their development, their strategy and the local authority regulation, and we can have a very open framework working out together and let the vendor do our business, the operator do their big business. And meanwhile, we will also call a very comprehensive and with very strong leadership ministry, that is TMF. You will take leadership, like you take the leading of the industry standard last 20 years back. We need standard for green, and we can action together under your leadership.
That's great. I really appreciate the push for getting everybody. It's a big problem that we address actually, and we need to act fast. But with that, we need to make sure that we bring the entire industry together, those who are leaders and those who are laggers, regardless of the level of maturity, to actually drive the change, collaborate, and co-create. We do it really well at Team Forum by bringing all the key players from the industry to accelerate the change. And I think you work with a lot of customers. Just during that lunch briefing, we've heard great stories and use cases. Maybe there are any kind of examples of those practical, successful use cases and stories that can be leveraged for the driving the green, low carbon networks.
I want to set only one example, which I myself participated in. In China, particularly the whole IT industry, although we have around over 2 million 5G base stations and the DC center is going on, the whole ICT power consumption or emission only 4% of the whole nationwide. So the heavy carbon emission industry vertical, like mining, like steel, okay, they are requiring that ICT must contribute more for the vertical industries. So Huawei together with China Mobile, we put our digital transformation. We use 5G to be business to the mining industry, and that mine is around 4,000 meters and altitude, and around 50% working on that. The consumption is very high, and we try our digital solution, make it zero on the mountain. So around still 10 or 15 people working in the downtown city, so that we can save a lot of energy consuming. Meanwhile, the power price is only 1/5 in the evening. So because it's autonomous, so the system can working automatically in the evening. So we can save a lot of energy bill as well for the company. So that is what the country asks ICT, China Mobile, Huawei, we can contribute more to the other required enabling. We also have the same index like a VEI in our index system.
Definitely. This is a great example. I think you work across many different verticals and industries in terms of the enablement. And we all know that data shows that actually CSPs and the partners, the entire value chain, they need to address that, because the challenge is too big to be solved just by one company or one industry. And the multiplier effect that it creates on the value chain, on the other verticals and the end users is huge. So it's great to see such great use cases that you're doing for mining and beyond. I think it's been great and insightful conversation. Thank you for that, Singleton. I hope that you enjoy the rest of the week here at DTW, and pleasure speaking to you today.
I'm leaving for Shanghai tonight. I'm sorry for that.
I wish
will
you
miss
very, I wish you a very smooth trip, and I think it's not the last time that we talk.
course.
So we'll continue this conversation together with all the partners and customers.
Of course, we'll
Great.
follow your leadership.
Great. Thank you, Singleton.
Thank you very much, Olga. Thank you.